Alright, boys, we got him.
Spit it out. Speak. 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 Guts you down.
You're going to extract him. Good thinking. We'll make him squeal till he's paid his due.
Attention hostile force. We have eliminated your commander. Escape is impossible. Lay down your weapons immediately. Surrender now. You will not be fired upon.
Mission complete, boss.
I still would have preferred that they didn't fucking kill one of their own, but hey, you know, this shit does happen.
Boss, we figured out who that enemy commander was. He was on the staff at Mother Base 9 years back. Despite surviving the attack, he broke off from us and spent his years terrified that a cleanup squad would come after him. The isolation screwed with his sense of loyalty. A rumor, source unknown, had him convinced that the attack 9 years ago was orchestrated by you yourself. The big boss sold out his comrades to hide from the world. He thought that's why you weren't at the base that day. He was so desperate to take us down, he built up his own PF, copying us in every way. His idea of the perfect revenge. But in the end, he was just a victim of disinformation. I'll leave you to decide how to deal with him.
Okay, so FOV mission successful defenses trial is now available. View trial records at the pause menu. Hexagon. Security team has been established. So these are the guys that I think I've extracted. So yeah, Mosquito. So we're gonna want to keep him locked down, and he's a boaster, so he's pretty good, fairly decent. I think we might get a cutscene now after this. I'm not too sure. No. All right.
I know you're...
All right. So hopefully this doesn't get us to go and do an FOB raid, because to be quite honest. Okay. So select a rival infiltration to start off. Well, to be quite honest, I don't want to. Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking do this. So you see, I have got different FOBs. Some of them are located in the same locations.
Expert when it comes to solo infiltrations. But now you have buddies who will fight alongside you. Use your iDroid to deploy them whenever you like. The role of your buddies is to support you during missions. There's more than one way for them to do that.
I can't be asked to go through the whole point of this, but generally this is how it goes. So, with an FOB, you can expand how many people you can have recruited into your own personal army. So, well...
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Alright.
Be careful down there, boss.
Right. So generally the main objective here is to get to the top of the platform without necessarily causing an alert. Right? There's more than one way that you can prevent this, so I'm just doing this on the central. We can only do this on the command platform of the FOB due to reasons. There you go. So right now this is just me training on my own FOB just to see how the security is. So basically you can do this with your own stuff, or you can do it to friends where you can train at their own base and tell them what they're lacking on, should you wish to. It's entirely up to you. So basically you can comment on what they should use, what they shouldn't use. And generally the main goal is to always get up to here.
Infiltration successful.
Okay, we start training from the beginning? No. So you can do training missions. It tells you if you won or you're lost. So generally, I'm not saying that you want to make sure that you lose your own training regimes, but whatever. Okay. Jesus Christ, doesn't stop, does it? Right. So once you do this, generally how it would go about is that you would obviously go and train on your own FOB just to kind of get the feel of it all. So you select on the platform, you can go to basics, or you can actually do it yourself. So you can have it set to lethal or non-lethal. You can have equipable security devices. So like it changes as it goes up. So you want to go to the max. You want to go for some reason it's saying this. Equip special swim gear. That's entirely up to you. Guards. This, and generally apply this to platform. Or you can turn around and say, so hang on, just go this. So apply this to on all FOBs. Done. Now then, because we've done what we've done, we can actually go and see. Hang on a second. We also want to make sure that certain people don't go onto our security team. So if we try to find Mosquito very quickly. Where is he? Mosquito. Hopefully he didn't get sent away. Or is he in the brig? That's a question. So Rumble, Vengeful, Fire. Yeah, he was sent to the brig. So we can't do anything with him just yet. However, we could, in the sense, start putting some people in. So if we go... It does mean that we'll lose. However, I don't want to have this troublemaker. Okay. So now, our defense is now E-based. Don't know why I've done that. Okay. Oh. It's the only thing which I can just imagine, because I've decided to do this where I restart everything. But okay, so yeah, you're going to get people who are going to be attacking you. And now this is what you have to now, in a sense, deal with. So once you've purchased the waters around said area of wherever you're new FOB is, you're going to have to start from fresh. So the only thing I would suggest for everybody to do is to immediately mainly focus on 2 platforms. Preferably I would want people to focus on the command, because once this is done, everything else should follow in place, because the command platform feeds you extra units. So you click on this, so you see that the staff limit keeps going up by 25. No, does it? Is it 5? Oh no, it goes up by 5. So if you keep on doing this, so what, 5, 10, 15, 20, right? Now if you also notice the cost it takes to actually upgrade per one. So doing this one's alright, moving on to the next one gets harder and harder. Now it takes you ages to do this, but then eventually you realise that hey, you probably could do it. Now I'm going to go and commence with this platform. This will remove all cameras and mines that I have freely placed. So what this means is this, so when something gets built here, and I'm actually just going to speed this up because I has the monies, quite literally. Okay. So we now have got more room to recruit more units. Now, speaking on more units, now we can go on this as well, and this PF thing is actually quite interesting to do. So this I think got implemented a while back. Now I have lost quite a lot, so it doesn't really affect me, but however you can do this, which is quite a nice way to kind of get you set up, as it were. So you can get your combat units, your research and development, your base development, your support, your intel and your medical staff from here, should you wish, at the very late game. So the more time that you spend in your mother base, the more of you winning said events. Now because I've decided to restart, I'm obviously going to constantly lose any competition things that go on. Now if there is this thing which happens on a FOB, which is, if I can go on to it, yes, New World Order. So these things keep on popping up every now and then. So depending whether Metal Gear still continues on having an online, I don't know. So what happens is this, that you're able to actually get blueprints for certain weapons while you do this. They're very rare, but whenever these events do pop up, you do want to kind of jump at the opportunity. So it gives you also base colours, weapon colours as well, and it also gives you some tags, and also the new swimsuits and everything else should you wish to get them. And you can also get staff members as well. You can easily get S rank staff, so you basically farm these events and you go, right, I'm running low on medics but I need a lot of S ranks, so this is where you get them. I'm not saying this is where you should get them, but this is one of the very few places. And again, you know, you can get your medics, intel support, development, R&D, and then eventually attacks. So basically the attacker ones are the most because you want them because they're better. I don't know, but again, it's entirely up to you. And if you do have an FOB, you just have to be ready for your base to be raped daily, preferably if well, I'm not saying it's preferable, but it's just going to constantly happen. So if you allow it to go unintended, what will happen is your base is going to get literally raped every day. So how do you prevent this? Well, you have to invest in actually getting certain things up and running. So, this is all based on your own security and also your research and development. So you could, for a time, turn around and say, oh, well, I need to have a load of... I can move everybody into my thing and get this all built, which in a sense you could do, but then that will affect everything else that you've got. So you're going to have to try, and the key word is try here, to somehow complement the idea that you're going to have to do things in a certain way. Right. Now we're going to get back to the mission. So we've done this platform thing, which is nice. We still want to take quiet. Now I haven't taken the fucking what's his face? The D-Walker thing. Just because. Now, getting onto this one, so war economy. So as you saw, when you do this for the very first time for mission 21, it's going to trigger the events for your mother base to get attacked. Now, keeping in mind though, it's entirely optional for you to have a mother base afterwards. So when you do this, if you purchase this game for the first time, it's entirely up to you to actually go and purchase the waters in the area.
CIA official in charge of supplying weapons to UNITA. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
Now then, what my goal is this. We're going to try and neutralise as many guards as we can. Not false extract, but try to get rid of them. And then what we're going to do is this. So once we've got our guys, because the target's going to be inside here, and what we're going to do is once we are comfortable that we've taken them down, there's an AA turret which is here. Now when the helicopter looks like he's about to arrive, we're going to shoot it down, and we're going to feel confident about doing this for one reason.
I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Alright, so what's going to happen is the target's going to arrive here shortly. Now they're going to have snipers, so we've got to be very careful. Now if we do anything too soon, the enemy's going to get spooked.
Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets. Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies. Boss, we've just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper has arrived, they'll be touring the facilities along with the target. Let him bring the target out into your line of fire. gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship.
Shit. I have gotten too cheeky. It's because I haven't done this for a while, it's a bit difficult. Right.
Great, you made it. I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Alright, so it's best of all to go through this way. Longest way possible. We can very easily
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him. Boss, we've just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper has arrived, they'll be touring the facilities along with the target. Let him bring the target out into your line of fire.
don't get the wrong idea, he isn't arriving by car.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You won't win in the head-to-head. The chopper will be arriving any minute. Watch out. That looks like the target. There's a chopper landing. It must be carrying the arms dealer. Keep your eyes on him. Our intel suggests the target will leave the country with the arms dealer after the inspection. Take him out before that happens.
I think that might be our guy. I think.
Looks like the arms dealer's chopper is gonna patrol for the security forces. Be sure you don't get spotted from above.
No problem.
dealer. His next move will be to meet the target.
He's a missile-guided specialist. It's all about just the waiting to see what happens here.
Een besoek van die president. Dis 'n voorreg, meneer. Ons skuld al ons sukses in Sentraal-Afrika aan die SANR. Die Mvinde Olieveldvoorval was regtig 'n skande.
Skande is korrek. Nou het 'n klomp huursoldaathonde van ons te hore gekom. Spooke van 'n dooie era.
Meneer, ek het gehoor dat 'n man by die Olieveld die Big Boss was. Die legendariese huursoldaat. Niemand het my vertel dat ons teen iemand soos hy te staan sal kom nie. Ons kontrak het slegs gespesifiseer dat ons die fasiliteit beskerm teen plaaslike bevolking en militante faksies. Beskerming teen PF's gerigsteen met moderne tegnologie is 'n heel ander affære.
Ek het genoeg gehoor. Vereers het ons 'n inspeksie om af te handel. Wys my die plek.
Begryp. Kom ons begin by die suidelike hangar. Stap die kant toe.
He said something about Sainer. It was Sainer behind the Mfinda oil field incident. How do you want to handle him, boss?
Not yet. Right, so what's going to happen is these guys are going to have a lovely conversation. And they're going to end up coming back here. And keep in mind, this is during the day, so we've got to be very cautious. What we've got to do is just bide our time and wait. It's all about crawling. Now there is a truck and we're going to want to get in the back of this.
Dit is die suidelike hangar. Die dak het al beter dae gesien, maar ons gaan dit regmaak in 'n jappak.
Baie ruimte. Dis goed. Dis die noordelike hengers, so groot soos die een.
Ja, hulle is dieselfde omgewing. Dis 'n bietjie ver op die voor. Kom ons vat die kant.
Beslis.
Net daar.
This is a much more nicer and easier way to kind of spot out your enemies if you need to. Now, because we don't have a certain Fulton device yet, we're supposed to extract cargo here as well. But that can roughly wait. Not yet. They seem to take their time.
Hierdie is die noordelike hek.
Dieselfde grootte. Dit sal fyn wees. Ons het al die ruimte hier wat ons nodig het.
Waarvoor het meneer sulke groot hangers nodig? Is dit nie hoogtyd dat ek weet nie?
Sekerlik, kom nie. Jy en jou manne sal 'n deurslaggewende rol speel vir die volgende fase. Ons gaan die lughawe gebruik as afsetpunt vir die verkoop van nukes.
Verkoop van nukes. Jy's
Dis wat ons doen. Natuurlik is die verspreiding van kernwapens 'n kopsie. Maar wat as jy 'n atoombom op enige plek kan bou sonder spesialisfasiliteite, sonder hoëgraad uraan? Dis die nuwe sakemodel. Dink net aan die markandeel wat ons kan betrek.
meneer is ernstig nie.
Dit is altyd ernstig. Jou verkoopsroetes gaan onvervangbaar wees. As jy nie nukes het, sal die MPLA ook wil kry. Betaling sal uiteindelik groter mynregte wees en dies meer. Maar sedert die oliebaronne Amerika se spoorwegstelsels verlam het, sal daar altyd 'n mark vir olie wees. En nie tussen diamante sal nogal 'n lekker payday wees. 'n Meisie se beste vriend natuurlik. Dis PA vir jou. Elke sakker se skrouende girlfriend is deel van ons bemarkingsplan. En die Afrikaner mors net al die geld. Koop wapens om mekaar uit te moer. Die regte wêreld. Dag snaaks, nee my broer.
Vertel dit vir wie ook al my vervang. Ons is oorlogmakers. Ek erken dit. Ons maak 'n lewe met bloedgeld. Sonder oorlog is my manne werkloos. Dis ons enigste uitweg, want alle ander industrie is uit die streek verdryf. Koloniale magte wat wind slaan. Dis omtrent al wat ek kan hanteer.
Toe gat jakkals.
Het jy genoeg gesien? Dra die ondersoek verby is. Jy my kasse toe vat, soos ons saam gestem het.
So jy wil die kans verspeel. Die grootste besigheidskans wat ooit jou kant toe gekom het. Dis van my. Iemand sal wel jou plek opneem. Maak nie saak wat ek of jy doen. Die tyd van die ekonomie sal sy gang. Nie terwyl die groot moonthede stry oor al die rykdom.
Die beheertoring is die kant.
They feed off the conflict and turn around and blame the colonial governments? Now that's hypocrisy.
Alright, well it isn't necessarily needed to extract the Walker gears, but hey, we took 2 of them. However, we are going to have to try and take out some of the Walker gears beforehand. It's all about being quick. Now we can take our time doing this once we've secured these two.
The enemy chopper is heading over to pick them up. Take out the target before it
Shit.
gets there.
Buddy. Kom sê.
Kind of fucked that up, but yeah, we can extract these two at a later date. Not later date, we'll do this in a second.
Asseblief. Moenie te doen.
Should have just stayed where I was, but no, I had to go stand.
Ek wil nie trek nie.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
So even if they do try.
Target spotted. He's coming too. Roger that.
Speak.
Asseblief. Moenie te doen. Moenie.
Spit it out.
Asseblief. Moenie te doen.
Spit it
Wil
out.
nie vrek nie.
Hands up. Spit it out.
Got the outpost. Nice.
Hands up.
These two would be a nice addition.
You gotta extract him.
Just curious. Oh, you can. I know it's pointless, but I at least want to get him in the Jeep or extract him. Chop up.
Fire. Roger.
Well, we didn't get to kill the, not kill, what's the word?
Warning!
We didn't get to listen to the entirety of the conversation. But, hey.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss. Yes, mission complete. Boss? Boss, about
All right.
that target you extracted. He says he wants to work for us. Having talked to him, he doesn't seem that bad a guy. Apparently the arms dealer's people demanded they prolong the conflict, and he couldn't go against the management. That doesn't excuse everything he did, but his skills will make him a useful asset. Let's put him to good use. I've tossed that arms dealer in the break. The way he tells it, he worked in logistics with the South African army, but he was headhunted by Sainer. Whoever gave him the orders would only have been a pawn of Skullface anyway. But apparently he hasn't been in contact for some time. He doesn't know much about Sainer, not even what its president looks like. Just another cog in the machine.
Contract forces. Okay, missions are now available. Do not be surprised if you get them only speaking Kikongo.
We've begun development on that new battle gear weapon that Emmerich was talking about. If you want to see how development's going, come take a look for yourself.
I'm gonna guess that's gonna happen anyway. Here we go. I heart Diamond Dogs. So yeah, at the moment it's nothing special yet. Each component is different. Everything has got a purpose. So, we're mainly using Huey to kind of get things prepped. So, we've got some of the legs up in the air, we've got the main body of this tank. And look, it's the prototype that we took from the Soviet Union. Well, it's not RD Walker, but perhaps maybe this is one of many prototypes that Huey has designed. So we're going to leave him to it. So we've done the war economy, we have retaken a platform, but something else is going to come up. So it's going to be quite interesting.
Boss, I know you're just coming off this mission, but there are reports of child soldiers taking over Massa Village after the CFA got wiped out there. They've been raiding the surrounding villages, so the people have requested we eliminate them. Check your mission list for the details.
Eliminate child soldiers. Well, we both know what that means, don't we? Doesn't mean that we are actually going to be going over there and killing them. What he actually means is that we're going over there to Fulton extract them and bring them back to Mother Base. That's what CARS really means. Alright, so we're going to let this develop. I haven't actually implemented this onto D-Walker just yet, but we will do shortly. Okay, so we can now have this for the Blackfoot. We'll do the same thing for the rockets, flares. It just means that I haven't put it on yet, but we will do momentarily, especially for the armor. Now, for one of the security devices, we can actually what? No, we haven't reached anything yet, have we, with security devices? No. On this occasion, why not listen to this thing about the White Mamba?
The White Mamba. Nyokayam Pembe. He's the commander of the kids based out of Wala Yamasa. As you know, contract forces of Africa were stationed at that village. Anti-government forces hired CRS to bring kids there from around Africa for training. But it's...
Great, resources.
At some point, the adults with the PF started dropping like flies. This was right after we arrived in Africa. We don't know the cause. The kids ended up on their own. Must have been like fish out of water. Nothing to eat, no way to get back home. All the adults taught them was how to use a gun. Sure, they could shoot targets, but hunt for food? Not likely. They wouldn't have lasted long. Then the White Mamba showed up. He was faster and stronger than them, a better soldier, and he knew how to lead. I guess somebody wished upon a star, because their savior turned up like stardust straight out of the blue. The moment he arrived, the kids had their new commander. That was when they started attacking other villages. Word of the infamous White Mamba spread fast. But it isn't just his combat skills that got people talking. As you can tell from the name, he's the only light-skinned kid in the unit. Not to mention the blonde hair and the blue eyes. Not common in those parts. We have no idea where he came from or what he's experienced. The kid's a huge blank. But I'm sure you'll know him when you see him. One other thing. He's still a kid, so don't kill him. Be careful not to hit him with anything lethal. Not even a flesh wound. Our mission objective isn't just suppressing a bunch of militants. This is a DDR operation of the kids in that unit. DDR stands for Disarmament, Demobilization, and Reintegration. Disarmament is obvious. We take their weapons off their hands. The demobilization part means dismantling their military organization to ensure they can't arm themselves again. To do that, you need to capture the unit's commander and have him order his men to disband. In this case, the commander is the White Mamba. There's nobody above him, so he's all we need to grab. Finally, reintegration. Through education and occupational training, we give them a means to live besides war. A lot of kids born in a war zone don't know any other way to live. So before they find themselves back there, we teach them another skill. I'd like to establish this rehabilitation process at Mother Base. That's why we're bringing those kids back here. It's not so much for their sake. It's for the world that we're trying to create. No other way about it. Those kids are amateurs. Bad for business to have them running around where we're trying to work. Bring them all back if possible. Or as many as you can. Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Boss, welcome home.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
So...
Altitude.
So yeah, this white mamba, or Minyoka Nyambembe, I think is the pronunciation in African or Kikongo, or whatever language this white mamba speaks.
Boss, I know you're just coming off this mission.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
reports of child soldiers taking over Masa Village after the CFA got wiped out there. They've been raiding the surrounding villages, so the people have requested we eliminate them. Check your mission list for the details.
Okay, cool. That's the underbelly of the helicopter now protected. Great, more stuff. So yeah, just as I was talking about the PF kind of shit, it's basically like a weekly competition. So you're able to deduce how well you do, everything else, blah blah blah. If you don't do well enough, then obviously you're going to lose. If you do well, then obviously you're going to win. Okay, so I feel somewhat compelled to actually no. God no. Righty. So what we're going to do, we're going to head into Afghanistan to collect these IR sensors, blueprints. No, sorry, the IR sensors are here in Afghanistan, and so is the UI drone. So what we're going to do is, if I remember correctly, so we're going to land here. Well, not on this exact platform. We're going to land here, get this, then mail ourselves all the way over to the central base camp, and then let's have a look. So that's tank, high skilled. There's a mine clearance here, so we're not going to focus on any of the mine clearing stuff. We're just going to go and grab what we need, and then exfiltrate out, and that'll be it. Period. We are not going to be staying there for much longer. Okay, so the M2000 is now